pretty shy animals. Okapis weren't discovered by the Western world until about 1901 because they like to stay hidden. Very reclusive animals. Watering holes, just like the one coming up on our left, they're very important. They serve as social gathering spots, even for rare species like black rhinos. I say rare because there's less than 5,000 left in the world, and that is due to poaching for their horns. So you might not get to see them today because they are very rare. Coming up on our right, those tan animals are greater kudus, the second tallest antelope species. They're about 5 feet tall.
Here.
Also,
Here.
way off to your left, that is a black rhino. Way back near that rock wall. They're pretty big. They can weigh about 3,000 pounds. But sometimes they're hard to spot because they like to cover themselves in mud. And they look like giant rocks. So they move. You know it's a rhino. Like I said, they are very rare, so we are very lucky. Not many people get to see one. That's one reason why we're working with groups around Africa to help protect over 70
It's a
different
real animal,
species,
but it's staying so
including black
calm.
rhinos. So you might have a better chance of seeing more in the future. Coming up, going to be on our right-hand side as well. Some orange-colored animals. Those are bongos. They're also known as ghosts of the forest because of how well they blend.
Oh, they're hiding.
You may notice that their horns lean backwards just a little bit. That helps them when they're running through the forest, so they don't get caught on branches,
See?
bushes, or anything
See the
like
back?
that.
Cool, right? Yeah. Oh, they're coming into you.
We're heading up to the Safi River, and that's usually a really good place to spot hippos. They're one of the largest species here in Africa. They can weigh a little over 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. But sometimes they're also hard to spot because they spend almost all their time in the water. So as you go along here, if you look to your right, you might get to see some hippos. Don't worry if you don't have a great view. We are going to head to the other side of the river. Just a pretty good sign. I do see one swimming around off to our right that's diving underwater. They can hold their breath for about 8 minutes, which I think is a pretty long time. I tried, I can't do that. I see some hippos
Where?
to our left.
No, it's different.
We're
It's
trying
like,
to get a little bit closer. I also see pigback pelicans. Those pelicans get their name from the marks on their back that are usually a little more visible during breeding season. There's also a bluish colored bird all by itself on that fallen down tree on the second lower branch. That's a white-breasted cormorant. They'll dive underwater and surround to catch their food. Hippos are also excellent swimmers, but sometimes they'd much rather just walk along the bottom of the river instead of swim.
Oh my god.
That's another reason you might not see them.
Hippo.
They're just walking on the bottom.
That's a hippo.
They're also very
my God.
territorial, and they can
Come on, you can start your picture.
You wouldn't think that was
Ate.
They're very fast on land. They can run
Mangat
about
na yung mukha
30
eh.
to 35 miles an hour.
There, there's another one there. Oh, there.
I see it.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
gosh.
Yeah, you really have to talk to your
So
teacher.
across this
Oh
bridge,
my
we look to your
gosh.
left, those are Nile crocodiles.
Ano yung
The
crocodile?
larger
Crocodile.
predators here in
Where's the
Africa.
crocodile?
Make sure everyone stays seated. Those powerful jaws of theirs can close with a pressure of about 2,000 pounds per square inch. They're extremely strong.
Oh my god, crocodile.
Very easily crush bones.
Mommy.
No, it's a totally different ecosystem with many more animals that I'll do my best to point out. Sometimes you may see them before me. It happens. In that case, just go ahead and shout them out. That way everyone gets a chance to see them. Speaking of different, there's a funny looking tree coming up on our right. It's known as a baobab tree, but it also has the nickname of the
I
Yosemite.
thought it was just gonna come to
For up to
us.
9 months
No.
out of the year, it has no leaves. Its branches kind of look like roots sticking up in the air. They grow throughout the savannah, so we're probably going to see more because that is where we're heading. We're also going to take a look at one of my favorite views of the Serengeti grasslands, which stretch for hundreds of miles. It serves as a superhighway for millions of migrating animals every every single year.
I know it's like.
It's also home to some of the more famous
That's what I'm learning
animals.
about in science.
Lions, elephants, even giraffes. So hopefully we'll get
Where's
a
the
good
giraffe?
sighting of all these animals, but I can't make any promises.
Giraffe.
Safaris are always
We're gonna go there.
changing.
Where the giraffes?
Let's make sure.
Giraffes. My favorite animal is the
The
giraffe.
landscape that we're looking at, it is maintained by the animals that live here. Elephants will knock down trees to get at leaves. Giraffes use their very long necks to trim up the undersides of trees. And then you have grazers like gazelles, zebras, antelopes that keep the grasses nice and short. This creates a balanced ecosystem where every animal has enough to eat, so they're not really competing for resources. Coming up on our left, those are African painted dogs. They're very social animals. Their packs are led by an alpha male and female who become the primary breeding pair.
African dog.
They can have up to
These
21
really
pups
look
in
like
one group.
camouflaging. Like,
It's pretty amazing. It's a lot of babies.
oh my god, and dummy.
I'm Johnny.
There's so much.
Does anyone know what these reddish orange mounds of earth around us are?
Yeah.
They're termite mounds. Believe it or not, they can be as hard as concrete. And elephants love to use them as scratching posts. They shrub right up against them. But once they've worn down, antelopes use them as lookout points so they can spot lions hiding in the tall grasses. They do have a pretty neat design on the inside, so if you've never seen the inside of a termite mound, you can go on the Pangani Forest Trail and they have one busted open. Check it out. They're kind of gross though, so I will warn you. Termites use dirt, saliva, and feces to build them. So it's pretty nasty. Considering how strong they are, it's amazing. I do see some animals coming up. Looks like they're going to be on our right-hand side after we go around all these curves.
Is this a right hand?
But just past tall grass are some gray animals. Those are white-bearded wildebeests. They have one of the largest migratory patterns of all species. They're also called mews after the grunting sound they make.
Oh, they're another right.
A little different.
Oh, I see it.
It's also a little tan and white animal towards the middle of the hill, closer to that hut. It's a springbok. They're only about maybe 3 to 4 feet tall, but they can jump around 11 feet in the air. It's pretty awesome. I wish I could do that. See it a little bit better as we get closer. I do see giraffes coming up. They're going to be on our left. Underneath those palm trees. Now, those are Maasai giraffes. You can tell by the jagged edges of their patterns. Each giraffe does have a unique pattern, just like our fingerprints. So no two giraffes look the same.
I think it's gonna be a big one. Right there.
Really closely to see the differences.
Oh, yeah, no.
You see some young ones.
Oh.
They're born about 6 feet tall, so they're pretty tall babies, and they can reach 20 feet in height when they're fully grown, making them the tallest species in the world. We're almost to Monkey Point. That's in elephant country. Monkey Point got its name after a troop of mantos that are usually seen gathering there. Those are the monkeys with the bright red and blue faces. The largest monkey in Africa, the most brightly colored monkey in the world. And I do see an elephant coming up on our right.
Elephant where?
This is gonna be a little bit better view here.
They don't want to get their food stuck.
And I do see some mantos coming up on our left, so there's animals on both sides.
Oh, that'll be fun.
A little bit more.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure the elephant to our right is a bull. One way you can tell is because he's all by himself. Once male elephants reach maturity, they go off on their own. Sometimes they'll form small groups with other males, kind of like little bachelor groups, but usually they're all alone, so that's one way you can tell an elephant's a bull. sea elephants, they're flapping their ears. And they do that to cool down because they have blood vessels right behind their ears. So every time they flap, it cools them off a little bit. Kind of like giant fans. You may also see them throwing dirt on their backs. They do that because they have very sensitive skin. The dirt kind of acts like sunscreen in a way to help keep them from burning.
Ew.
It's a pretty old bridge. We made it, so we're good. Just gonna keep on going. See what's going on. I think we might be getting close to some more elephants. If you look at the red clay around us, you can see their tusk marks. There's also some footprints. The reason for that is elephants, they eat clay to get beneficial minerals in their diet. We will get to see more, but they are endangered. You see some coming up on our left. They're endangered due to poaching for those ivory tusks. And they're also facing habitat loss.